to our Virtual Insights to AS, New Media Communication. So today is all about New Media Communication AS program that we offer at Valencia College. So let me go ahead and say hello to our viewers. We have Aaliyah. Hello, Aaliyah. You won't be able to be on video, but you will be able to get off video if you like to answer, to ask some questions. You could also use the chat box that we're going to be using throughout this session today. So it's all about you and any questions that you may have with our featured guests. And we also have, let me make sure I pronounce this correctly. Is it Gato? Or how do you pronounce your name? If you like, you could take yourself off mute.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Please call me Kaito.
Kaito. Perfect. Thank you so much, Kaito. All right.
Thank
Great.
you too.
Yes, so throughout the time when we have different student panel, then you can take yourself off mute when we call on you. And wonderful. So let's go ahead and take a quick here. We're going to go ahead and get started with introductions. My name is Aixa Rosario. I'm an immersive experience coordinator here at Valencia College. And with me today, I have a student. Her name is Jediah Dream Cross, and she'll introduce herself.
Hi guys, yes, like Aitza mentioned, sorry, my name is Jediah Dream Cross. I'm a student, I'm a sophomore at Valencia College. I'm also a welcome team ambassador with Valencia College. And one fun fact about me is that my mom is from Nicaragua, so I'm Nicaraguense.
Very cool, thank you, Jediah. Now our featured guest, he is the New Media Communications Program Chair and also a professor here at Valencia College. Please welcome Courtney Lewis, and he'll say hello.
Again, my name is Courtney Lewis. I am a professor of speech communication at Valencia College, as well as the program chair for New Media Communication. So I'm responsible for all of the curriculum and making sure that the program runs smoothly.
All right, overview of today. So just so that you all know what's happening today is we're going to do a program overview with Mr. Lewis, and he'll show us neat features about the program. Then we'll do a Q&A with Mr. Lewis to get more insights on this new media communications. Throughout this Q&A session, we'll also have what we call Inside Chat Box with Jediah. She's a student, so she will lead those. And that's your time to please, please, please ask questions. So use the chat box below or your reactions that you just learned, and Jediah will call on you and you can ask anything you like about the program in general. So use those chat boxes. Then we'll wrap up with surprise. We're giving out a scholarship. That's right, we're giving out $500 scholarship to Valencia College. So if you're interested in joining Valencia College as a student and you win the scholarship, it is for you, $500. So we'll do that right at the end, so stay tuned. All right, now we're gonna get the program overview with Mr. Lewis.
So again, good morning. Thank you all for joining us today. So again, we are New Media Communication, and to tell you a little bit about the program, we were started because of an industry need. We saw that several of our local companies were looking for people to manage their social media. And so if you realize most of the programs here at Valencia College are geared toward solving industry problems. So we see a lot of tourism and hospitality in our local economy. So we have a lot of degree programs that are geared towards tourism and hospitality. In our case, there are several companies who are looking for people to manage their social media. And so we developed a program to help them do just that. So you will see that our program goes from the basics of news reporting, journalism, collecting data, and information, and building social media campaigns. And so we help students learn the ins and outs of integrated social media strategy. And so the goal is to make sure that you are able to monetize any type of social media that you might have, or build your own company or work for another company. So all of those are the general prospects that we look at when we think about integrated social media strategy within the new media communication program. Back to you.
Oh, you're on mute, Aitza.
Thank you. Wonderful overview, Mr. Courtney, Mr. Lewis. If you like, would you like to share the voice, your screen?
Yes, so we can talk about one of our student programs. And so obviously part of our program is creating student news. And so looking at how we make our students become more professional and give them an opportunity to showcase their own talents. We have a student news outlet, which is called the Valencia Voice, and it is a fully digital program. And so with that, we have all of the basic concepts of running a newsroom. So we'll have an editor-in-chief, we'll have a photo editor, we'll have a copy editor, a fully functional staff putting together a digital newspaper. And again, we call that the Valencia Voice. So no matter which campus you are on, whether you're on downtown or East Campus, you are still eligible to participate in the Voice. Many of the positions that we have are paid positions. And also when you get to the end of your program and you take the internship option, you can apply those credits towards working at the Valencia Voice as well. And so when we look at some of these stories, you can see there are a lot of local news stories. And so again, our students get full press credentials. They are able to get backstage access to many of the local events. So any of the local sporting events, back before the pandemic and when we were having local events, students would go to those events and cover them just like any normal reporter would cover them. Orlando Magic games, anything that's going on at Camping World Stadium. And so again, your press pass will get you full access to many of those things. And you are assigned a beat. So that would be your section of the newspaper that you would cover. So we'll have sports writing, we'll have feature writing, we'll have people who are covering Valencia news and events, and it covers the entire gamut of different news aspects. And so this paper is 100% done by students, from building the website to taking the photos to writing the copy and to making sure that everything runs on time each week. And back to you.
Wonderful. That was a great overview of our programs. So we're gonna head up to the Q&A. So first question is, Courtney, what brought you into this field?
I've always been fascinated by communication and understanding how to communicate effectively. So even as far back as my days in high school, I was part of the yearbook staff there, and that just continued on through into college. And when I applied to college, I knew that I wanted to study communication. In the early days, I thought I wanted to be a broadcaster, maybe like TV news, but that kind of developed into looking more at the public relations aspect, which is a huge part of why and how we use our social media today, is to shape the minds of folks in regard to selling products, selling ideas. And so communication has always been part of my interests.
Very good. Now, perfect segue. What careers a student can do with this degree?
Sure. So most of the time we see our students going into what's called a social media coordinator role. So kind of an entry-level program role where you are looking at working with senior level management to manage content, to manage your social media accounts, or even to publish content over multiple accounts. Some other jobs titles may be social media manager, content developer. So again, our students are dealing with creating content for the internet. So sometimes that's YouTube videos, sometimes it's instructional videos, sometimes it's a full-on sales campaign for an online product.
Wow, there's a lot of field opportunities there to work in different types of fields within the new media communications. So that's pretty good. So with that, there's so many ranges. What could be a good range you would say for salary?
Sure. So again, this is an entry-level degree. So most of the salaries will range anywhere from 30,000 to 35,000, depending on the individual's talent and, of course, you know, their skills. So the greater your talents, the greater your skills, the greater your paycheck. So again, but on average, we're seeing that most of our students are ranging in the $30,000 to $35,000 range.
And that's just the starting point range.
Yes,
And
just
then
to
it goes
start.
up from there. Oh,
Yep.
very
And so you can
good.
see like from, again, communication or social media coordinator, that would be entry level, then social media manager, then you would have maybe a marketing director position, and the higher the salary, the greater the job responsibility.
Great. So what type of challenges do students face in this particular program?
I think one of the greatest challenges would be some of the higher level math that is possibly required toward the end of the program. And so part of understanding social media is understanding the data that we collect from users. And so then we would in turn use that data to improve our social media campaigns. And so statistics will be required. And you'll have to learn how to manipulate that data and understand what the data mean when you're presenting them to your employer.
Very good insight. Now we have our first checkbox with Jediah.
Right. Alrighty, guys. Now is the time. Like Aita said, if you guys have any questions, you can go ahead and type them in the chat box, or you can raise an emoji and I can call on you. You can ask your question verbally. So it's up to you, but let's go ahead and start our mood music. Alrighty, so I'm in the chat box right now and I don't see anything, but while we wait for any questions to come in, I have a question. Mr. Lewis, what's your favorite thing about working/teaching in this field?
Oh, that's a good one. I love to see that light bulb moment. And so when you're working with students, presenting new information to them, new ideas, and when the light bulb turns on, when they get it and they understand, and they are able to take that information and to create great new things. So I call it the light bulb moment when students actually connect with the content and they understand what's going on and they are able to take the knowledge and turn it into something new.
Awesome, thank you so much. We're gonna go ahead and turn it back to Aitza.
Awesome. I love that light bulb moment. It's always so great to see when you're facilitating as well. So back to the Q&A. Courtney, tell us some highlights about this program.
Sure. So as I mentioned earlier, one of the first classes that you're going to take is mass media. And so that's MMC 2004. And this course is a survey of mass media. And so basically mass media is communicating from one person to a group or more. And so we look at some of the different types of mass media, such as television, radio, and of course, in our case, we're looking at social media. And so that's one of your first classes. You'll also take a course called news reporting. And so that teaches you how to gather information and turn it into news and share that with your audience. You'll take a course called data literacy for communicators. So again, looking at the data that you collect from your social media platforms and turning it into something that is viable, that will direct your social media campaigns. And so your last classes you would take, you would have an option of taking an internship or a course called social media campaigns. And so the internship, you would work with the internship workforce office, and they would place you in a internship with a company who is looking for someone to work on their social media. And then of course, you would work on their products, their campaigns, and build a portfolio. And that's how you would earn your final capstone grade. And so those are just a few of the highlights that you would see in our program.
Mr. Lewis, what should students look forward to with this program?
I think the thing to look forward to is the cutting edge content. We are continually revising the content to make sure that we are teaching the latest and greatest information in regards to social media and social media campaigns. And so again, as I mentioned earlier, toward the end of the program, you'll take an internship and work with real world social media campaigns, work with real world journalists. And so you'll be out there in the field working on your craft and reporting back to us on the new things that you've learned.
Awesome, that sounds amazing. Aitza, we'll go ahead and turn it back to you.
Wonderful. So let's go ahead and do some more Q&A, which has a few more questions to go. Next question is, if you had to do it all over again, what would you do differently, Courtney?
That's an interesting question. I think I would probably look back to my undergraduate years. You guys are just now coming into your interest in college. I wish that I had done more study abroad. And so after graduation, when I started to travel and visit other countries, I discovered that there was a great deal of education to be learned in visiting with other cultures and interacting with other people. So that's one thing I would definitely do differently that I didn't do when I was in undergrad. And so as I have now learned, it's not nearly as challenging or complicated to undertake a study abroad. There are many faculty who are looking to integrate study abroad with your basic general education curriculum. So I'd say definitely look out for those opportunities when you get here to Valencia. We have the SAGE office, and they work on matching students with study abroad programs.
Great. That is something I also wish I would have done as well, is to do the study abroad. So excellent advice. And then our last question for you is, how do I enroll in this program?
Sure. It's an open access program, so it is a selection in the drop-down menu on your application. So when you are applying to Valencia, you can choose New Media Communication as your degree program. Or if you are already an existing student at Valencia College and you would like to change your major, you would just simply complete a change of major form and enroll in the New Media program.
Alrighty, so we are here in the chat box, and I do see a question, Mr. Lewis. It says, I am not good at studying mathematics. Is it a disadvantage if I take New Media Communication?
No, I would say that first, it is a math class that is required by most degree programs already. And so the MGF 1106 course. And again, on top of that, Valencia College offers a wide variety of tutoring options. And so you have much support. So don't let that distract you or deter you from the opportunities that you will have. And so again, that's just one of the 20 courses that you would take to earn the associate's degree program. And we will offer you a lot of support.
All right. And we have an additional question for you as well. How many success stories do you have from students who have been in the program? Who can I find in the media today from this program at Valencia?
Well, so our program is only in its second year. We only have about a dozen graduates at this point. I don't believe that anyone is currently on any of the local news outlets. But of course, that is our hope and our goal as we move forward. I do know that there are several people who are graduates of our program who are working in the industry. Anna Caputo, she was our editor-in-chief of the Valencia Voice, and she is now actually working on a local political campaign. So she's doing all of the social media for a Seminole County political candidate who is running for office.
Oh, great. Thank you so much.
Now, next is if you have any questions, what we'll do is we are wrapping it up. So that was all for today. Now, if you have any questions about enrolling, or if you're a student, any questions at all, you can you could go to the Virtual Answer Center, and there is the link there. So you can take a screenshot or a picture so that you know what link to go to. Also, there is enrollment services, so you can call them if you have any questions. And of course, follow us on social media at VC_transitions. We're on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok.